Okay, question 2. What kinds of leadership experiences have you had that have led you to this position?
I should get you to ask me questions. Basically, one of my biggest platforms is the experience that I have to offer. I'm one of the only students that actually has experience with the AS. I've been involved for 3 years now. I started off as a freshman, sitting on the University Affairs Council, Student Affairs Council, Environmental Affairs Council, and also the Road Crew, the freshman leadership opportunity. I sat on the Environmental Affairs Council as the Executive Vice Chair my freshman year. A 6-unit internship happened throughout the year, a big ploy to take on to learn what the AS has to offer for sustainability-wise. My second year, I worked leading students with the Environmental Ambassadors Program, which brings sustainability through the first year experience. I also worked at AS Recycling down in the warehouse, which means I was in the downs and dirties, digging through all the cans and bottles, making sure what's recyclable. So I know where we've been and where all of our student positions are as well. Currently, I'm the Director of University Affairs for the AS, and with that, I've been able to sit on the Board of Directors, which watches over the corporation, which the President chairs. Basically, I know where our money goes to, and I've also seen where we've been in the past, where we're at now, and where we need to go as a corporation to make sure that it's the best opportunity for you, the students.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that every single person in this room has AS experience because you are all associated students. So my personal experience that sets me apart as a candidate is my presidential leadership experience in this position. It's great to have experience in the area of interest. However, president is a very specific and different, unique experience. The job of president is to deal specifically with external relations, to guide a mission, and to do jobs that represent the university, the students, the community, the CSU system, etc. My experiences here at Chico State have taken me above and beyond that. I'm in 2 honor societies here at Chico State, one of which is in my major, College of Communication. I'm an organizational communication major. That means that Chico State's education that they are providing to me is setting me up to be the president and CEO of a corporation someday. So why not start now? I'm also the president of my fraternity. I've been in a lot of leadership experiences throughout the world that Chico State has provided me with. I lived in a military base in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany for a summer. I also worked at NATO headquarters last summer in Brussels, Belgium, where I was a program director for youth services. So as far as experience, I know what needs to happen with a wide variety of experiences. But when it comes to that presidential position, the people that are speaking to other legislators, to President Paul Zink, Vice President of Student Activities, Drew Calandrella, you need a president that has experience, that can delegate without micromanaging, and let the hands-onness of the internal relations be to the executive vice president. There's a lot of difference between experience at Chico State or with a certain club or organization and being the president. And that's why I know that the leadership and experience that Chico State has provided for me has set me up for this position, and I would not be running and I would not be asking for your vote if I know that I could not do the best job to be your associate student president.
Okay. What kinds of leadership experiences have you had that have led you to this position?
I would say the biggest, most important leadership position that I have held was in the Model United Nations team. They went on to be national champions in New York. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the program, but the program basically takes students that represent different countries and solves real-world issues, but with college students. You go into a room with a bunch of people coming from different perspectives, create teams, and implement resolutions. This easily can be applied to the Associated Students Office to effectively implement resolutions that need to be done in order to better serve the students here at Chico State University. Last year I also studied abroad. I went to Spain, and I got to compare different types of college systems. They're completely different, and there's a lot of good things that we can pull from different college systems that could be incorporated here into Chico State University and into the Associated Students. But the major, most important job of the president of the Associated Students, besides sitting on the board of directors, is to organize the office and create a feeling of cooperation in order to implement these actions and effectively solve problems. Thank you.
Allow this phrase to grab your mind. Change fosters opportunity. As AS president, as a student, I've had the opportunity to diversify myself. Diversification as an individual is vital. Now, I've been involved here at Chico State, but the president's position is to be a liaison for the university as well as the state. Here at Teacher State, I've had the opportunity to be involved with programs that reach out directly to student organizations, being a part of the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center, and putting on those programs that does that action, reach out to the students and understand what the students need. Now with the state, what we'll be working very specifically with, I've had the opportunity to be a state representative for the California Agriculture Education Program for over 64,000 students here in California, an elected position. I took a year off of college and worked for the Department of Education, walking that specific path, bringing to the table the relationships that the president needs here at the university and in the state. I've worked specifically with individuals in the Capitol that make precedent decisions that will impact the entire future of our education. Change fosters opportunity.
Thank you. Dan, would you like to respond?
Unlike some of my candidates, I didn't run for the title, for the position, for the next step in my career or my life. Really, this is basically about you, the students. And you know what? You, the students, have led me here. I've heard student voices that we need more sustainability, more diversity on campus. We need to be able to be affordable for students to come to. And that's why I'm here, for you, the students. So.
I'm running for the title. If I wanted to be the person that decided what amount of recycling receptacles were to be in the library, I'd run for environmental affairs. If I want to directly deal specifically and only with the legislature, I would run for that position. I love public speaking. I meet with Paul Zing on a regular basis. I know Vice President Drew Calandrella. I know what it takes to be the president, and that's why I'm running for this position. You need to be running for the position of president, because you know that you can serve that job. I'm ready to be the president. My career here in college, my education, and all of my leadership examples are more than setting me up to run this position. I wouldn't run for any other position. I'm not here to micromanage people. I don't want to do internal relations. I'm great with leading a vision, leadership. I'm very excited to do that job, and that's why I'm running for that job. I've worked my way up in organizations that I'm in now, and I've realized that president, external relations are what's for me.
The exact problem that's going on within the Associated Students is that students are just running for president to build their resume. The point of the president is to help the students. That is the reason that the president exists, to serve the students, to act as a voice for the students. And though I may not have as much experience within the Associated Students, I represent a new face of change with fresh ideas that will offer a different perspective that can be brought into the Associated Students. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's surprising to find that there are two specific types of students here in this candidacy. There's the type of candidate that is trying to be the sage on the stage, that's saying, look at me, I want to be president. The other person, like myself, wants to be the guide on the side. I'm here for the students. This is not going to be a career booster. This is not here for my own self-benefit. There's two types of leaders. There's a leader that's selfish, that does things for themselves, and there's a leader that's selfless. Vote responsibly for a selfless leader.
Thank you.